It's time for another top 5, so here are 5 polarising debates within cycling. No matter how hard everyone tries, it seems these debates are set to continue for years to come. As always, if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe and click that little bell icon so that every time we upload a new video, you get a notification. Our first debate, and perhaps the most obvious, disc brakes on road bikes. Can anyone remember those heady days back in the early 2010s when all we had to choose from was rim brakes on our beloved road bike? They were great times, not a care in the world, just me, my 2 favourite rim brakes and the open road. But then the bike industry came along and started forcing these dangerous spinning knives called disc brakes upon the genteel road cycling population. Was it a cycling Illuminati effort to make people buy more bikes? Or a way to maim any unsuspecting victim that came within 3 metres of a spinning disc brake? Or was it just the inevitable progress that happens within any industry? Obviously, we jest, but for a while, and we saw this in the BikeRadar comments, people really did get that fiery about disc brakes. So, if in 2020 you're still on the fence about it, here's our take. Disc brakes are better, but they're heavier. That's it. And if you do have rim brakes, they're all good too. Think the debate is finished? Just check the comments on this video to see if people still disagree. Another hugely controversial debate, and a more contemporary one we may add, is e-bikes. Now, country-specific legislation aside, the debate we're talking about is the fact that some people think e-bikes are cheating and take something away from the purity of cycling or mountain biking. Heaven forbid if a malicious e-biker forged from pure evil was to dare take one of my KOMs. Again, we jest, but from what we've heard over the last few years, people have often thought that way. If you're interested, here's our take on the are e-bikes cheating debate. No, they're not. Remember why we all started cycling? For fun. So whether you're training for a big race, aiming for a Strava KOM, or out on your e-bike, as long as you're enjoying yourself, that's all good in our books. There are valid environmental and trail access debates to have regarding e-bikes, but they're not for this video. No one but you decides what you should ride and how you should get your cycling fix, and if that happens to be on an e-bike, that's 100% a-okay. Debate number 3 is tubeless tyres, or more specifically, tubeless tyres on road bikes. Mountain bikers have been singing the praises of tubeless tyres for a long time. Fewer flats, supposed lower rolling resistance and the ability to run lower pressures make going tubeless off-road a no-brainer. However, on the road, and despite manufacturers' best attempts, tubeless has struggled to become truly mainstream. We think this is partly down to road cycling being a culture based more in tradition than mountain biking, meaning new tech is often slower to catch on. But until recently, the industry had struggled to get a true standard for tubeless rims and tyres, meaning installation could often cause problems. And many riders have found the higher pressures tubeless tyres run can make them harder to seal. The same goes for pro road racing. In recent years, there have been some high profile wins for tubeless tyres, and some high profile disasters. BikeRadar's take? We're big fans of tubeless for the road, but can totally understand why it's taking longer than expected to truly catch on. Now, you may be thinking, why are gravel bikes even on this list? Surely they're a good thing. However, for the last few years, a popular debate has been, do you even need a gravel bike? Won't an XC bike do? Aren't gravel bikes just cross bikes by another name? Whilst this debate may sound a little silly to some, from our own experience, there is some logic behind it. We've ridden events such as Grinduro, where it seems there's very little difference between a gravel bike and an XC bike in terms of out and out performance. There are occasions where each bike will shine, but on the whole, those differences just about level out at the end. So, this leads us to the next and more telling question: what is gravel in the first place? As without defining the discipline, it's hard to know which type of bike is best. And that's kind of tricky. In the US, you have huge gravel races like the Dirty Kansas, where bikes are totally focused on race performance. The aforementioned Grinduro features some more technical terrain, where perhaps bigger tyres and even suspension would work best. In the end, it's hard to tell if you need a gravel bike, because gravel bike can mean many different things to different people, meaning this debate is set to run for the foreseeable future. Our last debate is indoor training, or more specifically, do indoor training miles count? At the time of writing, with world events as they are, the debate around the validity of indoor training may be set to shift. But in the past, we found indoor training to be a hotbed of polarising discussion in the BikeRadar comments section. Some people think it's fine, and some people think it's cheating, somehow casting a digital turd upon the noble pastime of analogue cycling. We also get the commenter who is desperate to tell you indoor training is for puny humans who need to harden up, and they cycle in -1000 degrees, often in shorts, and with Chuck Norris on the moon. A joke, but we hope you get the point. Internet posturing aside, cycling is all about freedom, whether that's outside no matter what the weather, or indoors with a thriving online community. As long as you're having fun and getting your cycling fix, we think that's a great thing. So there's our list, and hopefully it's provided you with some food for thought. Did we get it right, or should we have picked something else? As always, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and click that little bell icon so that every time we upload a new video, you get a notification.